2026 has got a lot of exciting cinema coming up next year, and we're getting closer and closer to it. We're already more than halfway through 2025. 2026 is coming up pretty quick. And there was an interesting article put out in, it was The Direct a while ago, kind of going over the 9 films that Disney and their various studios are putting out in 2026 alone. Disney's got 9 films coming out in theaters. So I thought it might be fun for us for a moment to kind of quickly go over what those 9 films are. And then we're going to rank them how we would look at them in terms of how excited we are for each one, our anticipation list, if you will. So before we do rankings of anticipation, let's go through what those 9 films are that Disney has got coming out in 2026. And we're going to put these out in order of them being released. So the first one up, this one sounds kind of fun to me because of Sam Raimi. A film called Send Help is coming out in January 30th, 2026. Kicking off Disney's confirmed 2026 slate is Send Help, a survival horror film directed by Sam Raimi, set to be released by Disney's 20th Century Studios. The January flick will focus on the survivors of a plane crash and stars good Canadian girl Rachel McAdams, Chris Pang, Dylan O'Brien, and everybody's second favorite TV president, only behind the West Wing, Dennis Haysbert. This sounds good to me, so I'll tell you where I put that on my ranking list. All right. Coming out from Disney's Pixar, Hoppers, on March 6th of 2026. Pixar is looking to deliver not 1, but 2 films in 2026, with Hoppers being an all-new original feature. According to the studio, Hoppers will follow animal lover Mabel, who uses new technology that allows humans to hop human consciousness into robotic animals. By the way, this is a shared cinematic universe with Alien Earth, to communicate with actual animals. Listen, I don't like the sounds of this movie. The trailer was surprisingly good. Looks way better than Elio did.
Well, there you go.
Looks way better than
Do they
Elio
use
did.
Sammy Davis Jr.'s talk to the animals in the trailer?
I'm sure they do.
Be a missed opportunity if they don't use it in the movie. All right. Third one up that I'm sure many of you not heard of, but this looks interesting too. The Dog Stars, coming out on March 27th by Ridley Scott. Another release from 20th Century Studios. The Dog Stars is a post-apocalyptic sci-fi film based on Peter Heller's 2012 novel, centers on a pilot named Hig, played by Jacob Elordi, who some people are speculating might be the next James Bond, who is surviving a global pandemic in an airplane hangar with his dog and a gunman played by Josh Brolin. And again, it's being directed by Ridley Scott, and it's not a small budget film. It's a $100 million budget film. So that sounds interesting. All right. Next, in May 5th, 2026, The Devil Wears Prada 2. And you know what? I came home the other night. I was out with some friends, and Anne was cuddled up on the couch with our dog Dune, and she had just started watching the first Devil Wears Prada again. So I'm like, I like this movie. I'm going to sit down and watch it with her. Devil Wears Prada is a really good film.
It is good.
I know that's not the typical guy thing to say. It's a really good film. It just really is. Get us around the, I don't give a shit about fashion or anything like that. Take all that out of it. It's a really good film with really great dialogue, good characters. It's funny. It's warming in places. It's quite dramatic in others. And you got the street monster in it. And so I watched that. I've not been paying attention to Devil Wears Prada 2, but I watched the first one again with Anna. All of a sudden I'm like, I'm looking forward to seeing the Devil Wears Prada 2. So that one looks pretty good. So that's coming out on May 5th. Next one up on May 22nd, The Mandalorian and Grogu. John Favreau is bringing the TV show to the big screen. Again, I don't think it's going to do all that well, but I will never count out our boy, John Favreau. He can deliver the goods when it's on the line. So let's see what happens with that. All right, next up, June 19th, Toy Story 5. Rob, never fails. When they announced Toy Story 2, all I kept hearing from everybody is, they're going to ruin Toy Story. Leave it alone. And then they did Toy Story 2. Oh, became the first 100% critically rated film on Rotten Tomatoes that stood for years and years and years. Then when they announced Toy Story 3, everybody said, they're going to ruin it. Leave Toy Story alone. Well, then they made number 3 anyway, and I think it's the best one of the bunch. Then they announced Toy Story 4, to which everybody said, they're going to ruin it. Leave Toy Story alone. And while it was not as good as Toy Story 3, I thought Toy Story 4 was really good, and it made a shit ton of money. And so sure enough, when they said they're going to do a Toy Story 5, everybody was against it. They're going to ruin it. But you know what? At this point, guys, they're not going to ruin it. They're going to make a great film because they always do. And it may not be as good as Toy Story 3. That's fine. I think it's going to be really good. But anyway, that's coming out on June 19th.
Hey guys, John here. If you're dying for the next batch of Wednesday Season 2 to drop on Netflix, then I'll let you in on a secret. The Wednesday Season 2 official WoCast is already here. Prepare to dive deeper into the mysteries of Wednesday with the ultimate companion video podcast. Join the frightfully funny Caitlin Riley, along with her producer, Thing, as she sits down with the marvelous cast and crew. Together, they'll unravel shocking twists, dissect the dynamics lurking beneath, unearth the deep Addams Family lore, and answer all of your lingering questions that simply refuse to stay buried. Guests include Emma Myers, Joy Sunday, Steve Buscemi, Fred Armiston, Catherine Zeta-Jones, and of course, Jenna Ortega. With 8 delightfully dark episodes to devour, you'll be drawn deeper into the haunting halls of Nevermore Academy than ever before. But be careful, you know where curiosity often leads. The Wednesday Season 2 official WoCast is available now in audio and video on todoom.com, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you find your podcasts. You've been warned.
Then, July 10th, can you smell what The Rock is cooking as the live action Moana comes to theaters? A lot of people forget, I think they've wrapped production on it already. So about little under a year from now, the live action Moana is coming. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love Moana. I didn't love Moana 2. It was all right, but I love the first one. I am very, very interested in seeing how well they're going to be able to translate this into live action. We'll see. All right. Second to last, December 18th, 2026, Avengers Doomsday. That, quite frankly, from this image, looks like Temu Avengers, but whatever. Avengers Doomsday is coming on December 18th, 2026.
Of all the images they could have gone with.
That's the one they went with. And then finally, also scheduled to come out on the same day as Avengers Doomsday. I have a feeling this is going to move, but Ice Age 6 is currently there on the list. All right. So that's the 9 films that Disney has coming out. So I'm going to give you in my order of anticipation. I'm going to start from the bottom. We'll work it up to the top.
All right.
At the very bottom, obviously, is Ice Age 6. I don't know what they're thinking. Why are you even bothering me? Does anybody care about Ice Age anymore? Anyway, Ice Age 6 clearly down at the bottom. All rest of the next 8, I'm interested in.
Yeah.
So down in the number 8 spot, Dog Star. I mean, look, with Ridley Scott, this looks really, this sounds really interesting to me. Listen, I would have it higher on the list, but other than The Martian, Ridley Scott's track record, I'm not even a big fan of Gladiator 2, to be honest with you.
Right.
Ridley Scott's track record, and I hated his Napoleon. And anyway, I would have
it's all about the counselor, John.
Oh, God.
The extended version of the counselor is awesome.
But I'm still looking forward to this. Dog Star at number 8. At number 7, Hoppers. Again, it just looks way better than Elio did. Like, how good it's going to end up being, I don't know, but it already looks 5 times better than Elio. So Hoppers looks better than I thought. Let's see, where am I at? At number 6, Devil Wears Prada 2. I would have had this lower on my list if the other week I didn't sit down and watch the original again, but I'm going to say my number 6 most anticipated out of these is Devil Wears Prada 2. At number 5, Mandalorian and Grogu. I can't believe I do not have a Star Wars project higher on the list than this, but it is what it is. Season 3 was a disappointment. I don't know why the first movie in 7 years we're going to get is a TV show episode, but it's still Star Wars, so I've got it as high as number 5. At number 4, I'm very curious to see this live action Moana, man. Like, maybe it'll be terrible. I am just from a visual point of view, I'm fascinated to see how they pull this off. So I got Moana at number 4. At number 3, Send Help. Sam Raimi, Rachel McAdams, Dylan O'Brien, a plane crash survivor horror film. Okay, I am all sorts. If it wasn't for the next 2 films, I would have had this at number 1. But I have to put in front of it at number 2, Toy Story 5. Toy Stories have never disappointed. Some have been world-class, all-time great. Some have just been great, but they've all been great. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing what they're doing with Toy Story 5. And then, of course, despite the fact Marvel has lost steam, it doesn't matter. Avengers Doomsday is my most anticipated on the list. So that's how I go. So once again, at number 9, Ice Age 6. At number 8, Dog Star. At number 7, Hoppers. At number 6, Devil Wears Prada 2. At number 5, The Mandalorian. At number 4, Moana. At number 3, Send Help. At number 2, Toy Story 5. And at number 1, my obvious most anticipated movie coming out of Disney Studios next year is Avengers Doomsday. Rob, how would you rank these films in order of your most anticipated?
Well, first of all, I would go pretty similar to yours, but I would put all animated films behind live action.
Okay,
You know,
fair enough.
not because I'm a prejudice against animated movies, but I would go, first of all, Ice Age is my number 9. Then I would say that Hoppers probably. Then
Toy Story.
Toy Story, yeah. So what does that take us down to? That's
That now
7,
takes
8.
you. That's 9, 8, and 7.
So then I go to Devil Wears Prada. Then I would go to, and now I guess I'd have to go back up the scale.
So that Devil Wears Prada is your number 6.
6, 5 is going to be. So I would say Dog Star.
Okay.
The 5. Number 4 is going to be, like you. I would say now I don't know what's left.
We got Avengers Doomsday. We can bring up the link.
Yeah,
You can see-
Avengers Doomsday's number 1.
Right.
Number 2 is going to be Send Help.
Okay, so you got sent a little higher than I do.
Yeah,
So
number 3
I
is
am
going to be
looking forward
Send
to
Help. I guess number 4 would be Dog Star, only because it's Ridley Scott, and I do like Ridley Scott, even though he doesn't do great.
Just because he doesn't do great.
No, that's great. Number 4 would be what? Would be Devil Wears Prada. Number 5 would be Moana.
Got it.
And I think that's where we're at.
And I think you listed off every single movie on the list.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Question is for you.
Brandon's already sent me a tweet. You know, animation is just as good as live action.
There's some really good looking stuff that Disney is coming out next year with their various studios. How would you rank in order of your anticipation for the 9 films that are coming? Jump down into the comments below and leave your rankings there. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.